There are people walking this earth who are divinely marked, not by anything you can see with your eyes, but by a spiritual code sealed into their very soul. These individuals, known as the Chosen Ones, are sent here not just to exist, but to shift timelines, heal bloodlines, and carry out a divine assignment. Their presence is not random. Their mission is sacred. And because of this, the universe watches over them with unmatched vigilance. They may appear ordinary, but heaven is at war to protect them. When someone attacks a Chosen One, even unknowingly, they're not just clashing with a person, they're challenging divine order. This is a grave spiritual mistake. If this message has found you, it's not by chance. Either you've been attacked as a Chosen One, or you're waking up to the reality that you've come against someone who carries the weight of divine favor. Either way, this is your moment to receive truth. And if this message came to you exactly when you needed it, if it felt like it spoke directly to your soul, type 1111 in the comment section right now to declare alignment and receive divine blessings. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more truth that sets you spiritually free. Now, let's reveal the shocking consequences of attacking a Chosen One, even if it was by accident. 1. Your energy will be drained instantly. When you attack a Chosen One, whether through sharp words, secret jealousy, calculated betrayal, or even passive resentment, you don't just commit a social or moral wrong, you breach a sacred law. Chosen Ones are not ordinary beings. They walk under an anointing that shields them from harm, not with brute force, but with divine reciprocity. Their presence is cloaked in a spiritual energy field so radiant, so potent, that any negativity hurled their way is instantly transmuted, or worse for the offender, deflected back with amplified consequences. You won't notice at first, but slowly, your vitality begins to erode. Your mental clarity fades into a constant fog. Your emotions grow heavier, like walking through invisible mud. You wake up tired, even after sleeping. You'll feel spiritually dehydrated even as you drink deeply from the pleasures of life. Why? Because you touch something sacred with unclean hands, and now the fire that once warmed is burning you instead. 2. Unexplainable bad luck will follow you. It will startle you, a project delayed, a call not returned, a sudden change of heart from people you trusted. Then the pattern will grow, clients will vanish, lovers will grow distant, doors that opened effortlessly before now require desperate knocking, and even then they stay shut. It won't make sense to you, because in your eyes you didn't do anything that bad. But in the spiritual realm, you struck against someone carrying a divine contract. A Chosen One's life is wrapped in holy purpose, and when you interfere, whether through hate, envy, or betrayal, you become an agent of chaos against sacred order. The universe reacts instantly. It isn't revenge, it's realignment. You'll feel like something is working against you. That something is spiritual justice. You trespassed into a realm governed by divine law, and now the invisible hands that once guided your favor have withdrawn. Your blessings freeze, not out of punishment but protection for them and for you. 3. You will be forced to face your own darkness. This is perhaps the most painful consequence, because it doesn't come from the outside but from within. When you strike at a Chosen One, even with just a thought of bitterness or malice, you initiate a spiritual mirror. The universe pulls you inward and forces you to confront the monsters you've buried. You'll feel your own shadows rising. Old wounds, suppressed trauma, toxic beliefs, insecurities, and unresolved guilt. All of it begins to surface, not to torment you, but to reveal that the very act of attacking someone so divinely aligned was never about them. It was about the war inside your soul. Chosen Ones don't just reflect light, they expose darkness. In trying to harm them, you actually drew your unhealed self into the light of truth. And it is in that light you must now stand, naked and trembling, facing what you've tried to forget. Healing becomes inevitable, but it won't begin until you acknowledge that your war wasn't with them, it was with yourself. 4. Your relationships will become strained. The fallout doesn't stay confined to your thoughts or your energy, it begins to ripple outward. You'll notice a shift in your relationships almost imperceptibly at first. Friends who once laughed with you begin to pull away. Your partner may grow silent, irritable, or even unfaithful. Family gatherings become tense, full of unsaid words and unspoken judgment. It may feel like the world is growing cold, but in reality, it's your spiritual frequency that has shifted. You stepped out of divine alignment when you attacked a soul walking in holy purpose, and now your relationships reflect that dissonance. Love cannot thrive where resentment lives. Harmony cannot flourish where divine flow has been interrupted. You'll look around and feel alone, misunderstood, even rejected. But this isolation isn't meant to break you. It's a wake-up call. The people disappearing aren't punishing you. They're simply responding to the energetic shift your spirit has broadcasted. I have fallen out of grace. 5. You'll begin to experience spiritual confusion. This is where the psychological and spiritual merge. After harming a chosen one, your inner compass begins to falter. You'll second-guess your decisions. Your instincts, once sharp, feel unreliable. You'll experience dreams that disturb you, anxiety that won't leave, and a gnawing sense that something is spiritually off. You may feel watched or haunted, not by ghosts, but by the energies you summoned when you acted against divine protection. Even the most skeptical, non-spiritual person will begin to feel this subtle unraveling. It's the spiritual disorientation that comes from stepping into a realm you don't understand. You knocked on a forbidden door, and now it opens on its own. What was once quiet within you becomes noisy. What was once peaceful becomes chaotic. It's not punishment. It's the echo of your own spiritual interference. And until you confront it with humility, the noise will only grow louder. 6. Your finances will mysteriously collapse. One of the quickest ways the universe gets your attention is through your resources. After targeting a chosen one, you may find that your money starts slipping through your fingers, projects stall, investments collapse, unexpected expenses seem to fall from the sky. It won't make sense. On paper, everything might look fine, but something beneath the surface has shifted. Money, at its deepest essence, is not just economic, it's energetic. When you act against divine order, you accrue spiritual debt. And that debt has a price. You're not being punished per se, you're being corrected. Your prosperity is paused so your spirit can reflect. The flow you once enjoyed is redirected not to ruin you but to humble you. Because until you recognize that you attempted to sabotage someone chosen by the divine, the universe will withhold abundance. Not to starve you, but to cleanse you. Only when you come into spiritual awareness can that flow begin again. 7. Divine protection will leave you exposed. Every soul walks this earth with a measure of unseen protection, a shield of grace granted by the divine not because of worthiness, but because of mercy. Yet when you violate a sacred law by attacking someone chosen by the heavens, that protection begins to crumble, not out of cruelty but through spiritual cause and effect. Chosen ones are more than people. They are living temples, vessels of prophecy, carriers of collective healing. To dishonor them, even with a scoff, even through passive sarcasm or subtle sabotage, is to strike at what is holy. The moment you cross that line, the covering over your own life begins to thin. Suddenly, you find yourself vulnerable to things that once passed you by. Betrayal in places you thought safe, accidents without explanation, doors you never imagined closing. It will feel like life is turning on you, but in truth, it's the divine law restoring balance. You broke spiritual alignment, and now the world is showing you what life looks like without divine insulation. The fire didn't come to punish, it came to purify, and your soul will feel the heat until it remembers reverence. 8. You will be spiritually isolated until you learn the lesson. There is a silence deeper than the absence of noise, a spiritual silence. It is the feeling of being cut off from the heavens. No signs, no synchronicities, no answered prayers, just an aching void. This is what often follows when you attack a chosen one, especially one who showed you nothing but love, light, or grace. You won't just feel alone in the physical, you'll feel spiritually orphaned. It's as though the divine pulls away, not to abandon you forever, but to place you in the sacred classroom of solitude. In this silence, you are meant to reflect. You are meant to sit with the weight of your actions and confront the motives that led you to harm a soul under divine covenant. The isolation is not a curse, it is an invitation, a sacred timeout designed to break your pride, strip your illusions, and awaken your conscience. And only through humility, sincere repentance, and the desire to return to alignment can you hear the voice of the Spirit again. Until then, the heavens will remain quiet, not in wrath, but in wisdom. 9. You will be forced to watch them rise. There is no revenge quite like divine vindication, and if you have ever attacked, doubted, mocked, or betrayed a chosen one, there comes a time when your eyes will not be able to look away as they rise. While your own life may enter chaos and confusion, theirs will ascend in ways that seem miraculous. The same person you dismissed, humiliated, or silently envied will become a beacon, recognized, celebrated, elevated by life itself. It will feel surreal. It will hurt, because their rise won't just be success, it will be a revelation. You'll come to realize that your attack didn't stop their purpose, it activated it. The very wound you inflicted became their wings, and watching them soar while you sit in spiritual stagnation will pierce your ego like a sword. But here's the secret: this pain, this ache of realization, is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to awaken you. If you let it, it will strip you of pride, dissolve your envy, and lead you to your own transformation. For sometimes witnessing another's divine rise is the only way we remember our own fallen state and begin the journey back to light. Attacking a chosen one isn't just a bad idea, it's a violation of spiritual order. Whether it's envy, manipulation, or mockery, even if unintentional, the consequences are real and swift. But here's the grace: if you've done this and feel conviction, not shame but awareness, you can shift. The divine doesn't hold grudges, but it does demand reverence. Chosen ones are not better, they are burdened, and their protection is not pride, it's purpose. This is the Alchemy of Awareness channel. If this message opened your eyes, type 1111 in the comments and claim your alignment. If you are a chosen one who's been attacked, know this: vengeance is not yours, it's divine. Stay in your lane, keep walking in light. And to those watching, remember this: before you speak, act, or move against someone, pause. You may be standing on holy ground. Subscribe for more spiritual truth. The time is now. Thank you for watching.